as you can see, that has kind of wound me up today. I don't often get wound up. I try and stay as happy-go-lucky as possible. You know, life happens all around you. It can be a crap time or it can be a good time, depending on what you focus on. And I'm not calling anybody out if you're just focusing on like trying to have a happy life. You do you. But I think it's coming to a problem now where this kind of thing is as serious as a world war. You know, because eventually what's going to happen is that, in my opinion, what's going to happen is there's going to come a point where they've got all the money. They've got all of the assets. They own everything, right? What happens then? What happens then to us? And I got to be honest with you, I don't want to put any kind of conspiracy hat on here, but I think we've had a little bit of show and tell as to what's going to happen to us in the last 4 to 5 years, and that scares me because I got grandkids. You know, as most of you do. Brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, friends, cousins, whatever. You know, we have the right to be here as well as everyone else does. But the thing that puts us, our voice, I've noticed something, right? And I noticed this with mental health. Our voice gets taken away from us as soon as anybody turns around and says that you have some kind of mental health, right? But then you've got the other side of the coin where your voice is actually louder and heard by more people the more money you have. Just let that one sink in for a minute. Guy doesn't want to answer questions in front of Congress. Blam. Next witness. You want to refuse to the answer also? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's frustrating, and maybe I'm wrong for like voicing it out on it. I'm just talking with friends right now. You know, like I said, I'm no politician. I don't know the ins and outs of it all. I'm not accusing anything. I'm just giving my opinion on what I see going on as far as news and other media outlets allow me to. You know, and I'm not just talking about mainstream. I'm talking about all of them, a collaboration of where I try and sift through the crap and I try and see the wood through the trees. You know, and I could be wrong. I'm completely, you know, read the yeah, I did. Oh, hang on a minute. If you ask me, we need to bring back public executions. I mean, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I mean, but the thing is one of the other, you know, they don't want to execute people because they can earn money out of jails. I'm sorry, but it's true. People are worth more to them alive in a jail than they are, you know, burying them and burning them. Tell me I'm wrong. You know. Do you know, I'm sitting here and I've got this echo going on in my head. Right, a friend of mine turned around and said, if you're going to start streaming, there's 2 subjects you never want to talk about. And he said the first one is religion and the second one is politics. Well, no. I guess I'm not going to be a famous streamer. It's gone quiet for a minute, so I can just think of something else to say and go on about rather than that. So let's talk about something. Let's talk about something nice for a change. Is anyone looking forward to Starfield? I am. but that's because I'm a fan of No Man's Sky. I kind of like Elite Dangerous, and I like the idea of what's that game that's never going to get released? Star Citizen. And I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be a mixture of all of them. Do I believe in Bobby Kodak's promises and ambition? Gonna lie, absolutely not. That's based on years of being lied to. Am I hopeful? Yes. Yes, I am hopeful. It would be nice. And I think I'm going to get it, like I said, a few days before full release. As I said to you all, I got a new chip for my computer because my other one decided to give up the ghost. And I got it through Amazon, so I returned it through there and they've refunded me, and then I just bought another one. So I was very lucky in the way it worked out. So I got a copy of Starfield. And it's the big copy as well. So I'm quite looking forward to playing that. And I'm hoping to feel well enough to be able to do it. Although I'm thinking about just saying sod it, and whether I'm well or not, just come on here and actually start pushing myself a lot more than what I do. I don't know. I think today I've just got really fed up with myself. If that makes any sense to anybody. I don't want to be negative. I hate being negative. There's enough to be negative about in this world without us compounding it. But I don't know, sometimes I just feel like I hate it when I give up. You know, and it's not me having a go at I suppose it is me having a go at myself and beating myself up about it, I guess. Problem is if you don't do that, you're never going to kick your own backside to get up and do something. I'm fortunate. I have a friend called Jimmy. And Jimmy is an incredible friend of mine. Because he never listens to any excuses or crap. But he takes the excuses and he understands them. Right? But he's like, yeah, but you could do this. Well, yeah, but you could do that. Bean, Jimmy Bean. Well, you know, yeah. So I had a long friendship with Jimmy Bean. Unfortunately, we kind of fell out when my gallstone happened. I had a great friendship with Mr. Jack Daniels. Actual fact, my cupboard downstairs was full of my friends. Mr. Southern Comfort, Mr. Tequila. I didn't discriminate when it came to drinks. I was inclusive of them all. Oh, dear. Right, let's do this number 8 here. This, I'm also, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying to come on and I'm trying to do some more paint by number streams because I find these the less stressful ones to do when I'm not feeling particularly good, right? So I'm getting two things done here. One is I'm getting this painting done a lot quicker than what I would do if I was actually doing it on planned days. But number two is that I'm trying to teach myself that every day, get up, come in the computer room, and at some point stream. I'm trying to like make it become a routine. And I know these paint by number streams, A, are not for everybody, and B, they're not particularly long from what I do other streams and stuff because of my back. But they seem to be around the perfect time for me to be able to come on and accomplish my daily goal. If that makes any sense to anybody. So this is kind of what I'm trying to do with these. And yeah, it's taken me all day long today to get the gumption to actually press go live. Like, I don't know, one day, because I'm always telling you how I feel, right? I'm always telling you the struggle that I have, and I'm always telling you how I overcome them, and I try and soldier on. Do you know what I think I'm going to do one day? Right? And this is going to be a very personal stream for me. I'm just going to come on here when I'm not having a good day. I'm going to come on here when I am in tears. I'm going to come on here when I am not coping properly. And I'm going to do it not because I want sympathy. That's the last thing I want, right? I'm going to do it because I want to show people, and I want to show other men, and I want to show women as well, that when I'm having a great day, right, and everybody thinks that I'm together and it's so easy for me, and why can't it be for them, and because they're having a bad day and whatever, I kind of want to prove to them that I don't have good days. Not necessarily prove to them. It's not like I've got something to prove. I just want to show them that we're all going through it. You know, and it's not an easy thing to go through. Like I've had a few people message me and just turn around and say to me, you know, like, oh, you're really strong. I'm really proud of you. I wish I could do it. I wish I had your confidence. I wish I could get up there and do it. And it's like, I don't have confidence. I'm not brave in the slightest. I'm really not. I'm just, and my wife will agree with this and tell you this, right? I'm just really pig-headed. You know, I refuse to just give up until the day when I have no choice but to give up. Show that it's okay to have a bad day, and that they are. There you go. That's the better way of putting it. I couldn't think of a right way of putting it. I'm glad you said that, Pitbull. Yeah, but just to show you, you know, like, I mean, it's going to be it'll be a hard day for me, and I guarantee you now, I'll be in tears. There's just no way that that's not going to happen, because I was in tears earlier on. And it's not because I'm a coward, or, you know, I'm not a man or anything else. It's just because it just gets on top of you. And it does. It really does. And I'm not going to lie to you. The other reason why I kind of want to do it is because of the reasons I just outlined there. Because of the fact that people might judge me for being a coward. People might judge me for being less than a man. And I'm not attacking those people because they have those beliefs, because whatever their reasons are, you know, I'm not attacking them. I'm attacking myself for caring. If that makes any sense to anybody at all. You know, because I can't tell people how to react to me. If I could, everybody would follow me. Everybody would like my videos. Everybody would leave a comment on YouTube and say, like, oh, it's a nice thing to do, you know. But I can't. But I want to do it for me. Because I spent a lot of my time not seeing my grandkids because I was panicking, I was hysterical, I was crying and whatever else. And I didn't want my grandkids to see it. Because I didn't want them to have that opinion of me. But you know what I did? By doing that, I missed out on my grandkids. And I've kicked myself every single day for that. Every single day for it. I look at my grandchildren now, and they're almost like different people to me. They're older, and I've missed out on it all. And it really does hurt. Like the worst pain ever. You know, my ex-wife, she took everything from me, right? And including my son. I don't actually speak much to my son anymore. And that's also happened because of my condition and stuff. And I've lost so much. And it sucks. It does, it sucks. People use the word depression, anxiety and stuff, and then they kind of blow it off. Oh, another one who's depressed. Oh, you know, just cheer up and whatever else. And you don't, I'm glad that you don't understand it, because the fact that you don't understand it means that you've never had it. And I'm glad for you. I don't take offense over what you're saying. Most people can't empathize until they've actually been through it. Empathy is definitely something that's in very short supply these days. And like I said, I'm not garnering for sympathy. Please do not think that. I'm not. I'm just, there are so many people out there that are suffering, and I just want to try and help, because not many people help me. Until I come in here, and then I got loads of help, and I did. And I got help just by people coming in and saying hello. People like Pitbull, you know, people like Dark Raiden, like Furious. When she comes in, she lights up the room. You know, you got Lindy, just all of you, you know, Offspring. He comes in every now and again, you know, and he's just like saying hello, and we've chatted, you know, like personally, and it's just meant so much to me, and it's helped me so much. And what helps me isn't necessarily going to help anybody else. But what I'm saying is that I didn't give up. I didn't just settle with my lot in life. You know, I didn't just sit in the bedroom and just fade away. And on the days where you don't think like you can carry on, and you start thinking stupid stuff, just stop yourself. Please just stop yourself, because tomorrow could be different. Yeah, you're thankful until I hit the jump scare. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, the problem is also is that my boy bought me this hi-fi iffy Zandak, right? Absolutely incredible amplifier for the PC. I don't do reviews and stuff, but I might actually just throw a review video up for that, because it is phenomenal, right? But the thing is I can hear things even louder now, right? And they happen in stereo properly. It's just amazing, right? It's oh, look at that. You don't have many points. I'm so sorry. I'm gutted for you. I really am. Can you tell in my voice? Can you tell the pain I'm feeling for you there, Pitbull? And the sorrow. Because I mean, I do. I'm trying my hardest to try and convey it across, you know? Oh no. Poor little cock, he's got no points. Nil point. It's a bit of French for you as well. There you go. Is that French, nil point? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. That's something I've always wanted to do. I mean, I could do it, but I've always wanted to talk another language. I am absolutely enamored by anybody that can speak 2 languages fluently. I just think that it's mind-boggling that you can switch between 2 languages. Because I can't do it. I can't even fathom how you do it. I love Blue. Blue's auntie, right? She's I believe she's Swedish, or somewhere from that kind of region. And she said like, oh shit, I've been talking English for so long. I went home to see my family, and she said I didn't understand what they were saying for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just came back to me. It's like, wow. I only need to win 4 more raffles. Evil grin. Are you actually starting these raffles? Yeah, I kind of knew that this bit on the horse, stop calling it a horse, it's a unicorn, was going to take a long time. And it's another reason why I kind of wanted to do these over a couple of like hour or so episodes. But I have to say this, you can kind of speak two languages. Seriously, or is this a joke? I never could tell with you. You're about as sarcastic as I am. I know enough Spanish to be able to say I speak Spanish. Habla española? That's about all I know. And asked for La Quinta, which is the bill. Two most important things a bloke needs to know when he goes to a pub in Spain. Read into that what you will. Habla española, pero un poco muy mal. I have no idea what that means, and I probably just butchered it. Oh, my wife made me hot chocolate today. I'm no longer buying store-bought stuff. We're actually making our hot chocolate powder at home, and it's incredible. Much better than the store-bought stuff, and I know exactly what's in it. It's Spanish for what I said in the above comment. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, but don't you find it amazing the people that can do it? I just get so jealous that they can do it. But, you know, it's not like they just woke up one day and were able to do it. They applied themselves and learnt it. Nothing that I couldn't have done. But like they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I'm about as old as they come these days. Feel like I'm getting to the old yeller stage. Especially with these bloody glasses. I cannot wait to get my new ones. I'm sorry to keep mentioning that, but it's true. I don't even remember what date I'm supposed to be getting them. My wife seems to think it's the 8th of September. I did take like 4 years of Spanish classes throughout high school and college. Okay. What, did you end up forgetting it, or? So I think in 4 years to just know one line was a bit, you know, I'm not calling you out here, Pitbull, or being disrespectful, but, you know. I mean, you can at least tell me where the post office is, right? I used to know a bit of German. Guten Tag, wie heißt du? Ich heiße Mark Buddy 143. We're going multi-language. I haven't used it since college, so I've forgotten quite a bit, but I still know a lot of sentences and structured ones. Yeah, it's cool. Problem is, though, I suppose you don't really get a chance to use it, do you? Living in America, I dare say there's not many people that speak Spanish. Although I bet there's probably more people that speak Spanish in America than there is over here. And there was no double entendre from that. I just realised what I'd said. That because your American borders onto the Spanish or Mexican border. Well, that would be Mexican, so that's not Spanish. I think I should just take my huge foot out of my mouth and change the subject. Oh dear, oh dear. There's a shit ton of people in the US that speak Spanish. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go then. I'm vindicated. 3 more raffles. Are you actually doing these raffles, or are these actually going on their own? Because I swear that you're just doing the raffle just to win it. You get. I did have a number 10 here, didn't I? Yeah. Oh yes, there's going on there. I should put like an hour's cooldown on it. I don't mind. The only reason that I added cooldowns is because people were kind of using it a little bit on their own. Is people were using it a little too much, and I didn't want it to become like poor old Don stream where the guy can't literally say or do anything without somebody triggering stuff, which is usually spearheaded by me, I might add, with the polka. Do you ever really watch his face, Pitbull, when I get somebody or somebody just does polka? You can literally see the poor guy dying inside, right? And I probably shouldn't get any kind of sadistic pleasure out of him, but I really do. And I think the guy's amazing. I think he's a really nice guy, but I do get pleasure in watching his soul die when he's on stream. And the thing is Don doesn't actually watch my paint by numbers back. Yes, I do. He doesn't. I don't believe he watches my streams back entirely, like when I post them to YouTube or whatever. So he's not even going to hear that. But yeah, as long as I can look up the translation for a specific word I'm looking for, I can get my point across in Spanish. It's understanding someone that speaks fluently that gives me a hard time. I can't wait for us to get to the point where like universal translators are an actual thing and they work instantly. I think that's going to be the thing that's going to really pull us all together as one world, not just a nation, as one world. I remember on the Xbox once, I can't even remember what I was playing there, but I was playing something online with people. And there was a guy from Germany, I believe he was, and I had no idea what he was saying. So what he'd do is he put his microphone up to Google, right, or she who should not be named, the equivalent, whatever it is over there, and then he'd say something, and then it would come back to me in English, and then I'd do the same thing to him. We had this conversation for like 2.5 hours. I mean, it wasn't a lengthy conversation with loads of words in it because obviously we had to wait for it to be translated. But it was so nice to talk to somebody who otherwise we would never have been able to converse. They have an app for that almost, who you can speak into it, hit translate, and they will speak what you say. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. But I'm just talking about like one, as they're saying it, you know, you've got some kind of device in your ear, or probably by that time your implant that they've, you know, coerced you into getting because it's good for you, will probably just translate it for you. Which is kind of weird, really, because all of this was in Star Trek, like, you know, in the Captain Kirk days. Oh, that would be cool. That would never come true. It's all sci-fi. And it's like, well, it's funny now because it's actually here. It's almost like there's a possibility that we knew about this beforehand. But I digress. Do 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 do. But I had a great day today where I was playing Final Fantasy XIV. I know it's not your cup of tea, buddy. I know you have your views on it, but I actually thought the game was pretty good, and I've been enjoying playing it. I went in and got the 10-year mount, which is a phoenix and what have you, and I'm just learning to cut. I'm just cutting my teeth on MMOs, really. It's a genre I've never really gotten into. The next one I'm going to do is SWTOR, Star Wars, whatever it is, the Star Wars MMO. And my friends actually said to me, you should do it because basically SWTOR is pretty much on life support. There's no more updates for it, or haven't been for years. and it's just on life support until it actually gives out. And he said the MMO itself, he said, is really good. You're going to really enjoy it, but they haven't released any new content, hence the reason why it's just dying off. So I figured I would give that a go. SWTOR, Star Wars, The Old Republic. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to give that a go. And I think the next time that I do, I'm on Final Fantasy, I think I'm just going to stream it. Because that's just me time normally. And why not? I could just stream it and chat to you guys if you're not in. And if you are in and you're not talking or whatever else, I could just sit there and do what I was doing. I don't know. I'll have to see. It's okay. I've played it. But hit a paywall that makes you spend money to get past certain content. I think that's the one I played. According to my mate, there's no pay to win in it. According to him, I'll have to double confirm that with him just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure he would have told me if it was. Then again, he probably did, and I didn't remember. But I will find out for you. I don't know, this whole pay to win business, it's just, I mean, I understand the premise behind it, and you know, people that don't have the time to sit there and to grind, you know, they get left behind. I understand that. The issue is the people that are using the pay to win things, they're not people that don't have time to grind. They just can't be bothered, and they want everything straight away. And then there's just no sense of achievement. Like, I don't mind grinding in a game to go and get something, you know, and then when I get it, you feel like when you're wearing it or when you're using it or whatever, people sort of look at you and go, gee, well done. That's a difficult thing to get, you know, and you lose that sense of accomplishment. That's why I like Star Wars. And that's why clearly I like these Dark Souls type games, because they're hard. And when you beat a boss, I mean, look at me, I was like a kid in a candy store. I was loving it. I was so disappointed and frustrated when I couldn't get past it. And then when I eventually did beat it, I'm bouncing off the walls. And that's what games should be. No, it's all right. I'll just pay to get past that bit. It's fine. Tell you, we're getting like the fat people in the floaty chairs. That's what it's going to be. We're going to need Wallet to come and save us all. And I grant you, I am a fat person and a lazy boy, so I'm probably closer to it than most of you are. It's been just over an hour. That's pretty good, actually. I might do a little bit more. I might do that number 5. Yeah, I'm going to do that number. Why not? Let's do that number 5. Let's commit and do that. And I already had that in my hand, because that might make it look like we've done more than we actually have. I just want to say to you all, like, thank you for coming in all the time, especially you, Pitbull. And no, not just you, Pitbull, all of you. You're always like, I've never had to really experience coming on, and I mean, I did obviously in the beginning, but coming on and then talking and streaming to no one. I've been very lucky, and the thing is my luck is off the back of you guys and your dedication to watching me. I can't put it in the right way. I don't mind being able to pay to progress faster, just as long as everything in game is available via grinding. Also, it's games where it's free, but like, I get you there. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is thank you all for constantly keep coming in, because you all do just make it more fun. And I do secretly, I wasn't going to say this, but I do secretly watch my YouTube videos, you know, and then I go on to that the creator thing on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called now, but it tells you how many views you've had and how many likes you've had and comments. And I get a buzz when somebody goes on there and it's like, someone's viewed it. I've had a few comments. I don't get many. I've had a few comments, but it's so nice, and I do reply to them all because there's not many of them. But yeah, it's just nice. I just find that people don't really want to press the like button much. And that could be because they don't like the content, and that's fine. But I just kind of wish that you would just leave a bit of constructive criticism. You know, it would be a nice video if you shut up. You know, like that kind of thing. Or maybe if you zoomed your camera in more. Maybe if you did different types of pictures. Maybe if you talked about certain things. Maybe if you played different music. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't have all of the answers, and I rely on everybody else to kind of say to me what you like, and we wouldn't come back if we weren't in Europe. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that, actually. I mean, I appreciated the comment I got off one person on my paint by numbers. I mean, it was a negative comment towards me. They were just moaning that, you know, paint by numbers isn't art and it will never be considered as art. Enough said or something. But the thing is that, you know, I didn't troll the person or you know, get upset by it. You know, that was obviously not for them. But it was nice that they actually said something. And the thing is it's not just me, it's all YouTube I'm talking about now, YouTube creators, because they're always like turning around telling people, you know, like it really does make a difference to the algorithm and stuff. And it really does, it genuinely does. But it just feels like we're all saying it, but no one's actually, I don't know what YouTube has to do, right, to be able to get people to click the subscribe button. Or to do the thumb up button. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like Twitch. Like I remember when I was an affiliate, like I used to get loads of raids. I'd get people coming in and they'd be gifting, you know, they'd be gifting subscriptions to people, and it was a great time and whatever else. And then as soon as I left the affiliate group, all of that stopped. My growth pretty much started to stunt. And I just don't understand it. I really don't get it. But like many things in life, I guess I don't get a lot. I might have a go at that 16 there and then that 15. Hopefully. That should make that look a little bit more like a leg. And also cover up that number. There. Perfect. So I was just trying to go over that black line, because otherwise because it's two light colours, that black line would have stood out like a sore thumb. Okay, that's that one. Should do a bit of 15 now. Have I got it in my hand? I do. And there. There. What's this? Sorry, been AFK. Still lurking. No worries, buddy. There. nice big blob of paint on there because it's a light colour and you'll be able to see through it, which is not what I want. That there. That there. We do a little 11, I think. Perfect. It has amazed me how I can talk so long about nothing. Amazes my wife as well. She's not particularly happy with that skill. And that there. Oh, I might do these little number ones because again they're in white. And that's a bugger of a colour to get. I really hate it when there's a darker colour by the side of it, because if you go over it you could just see that you're fluffed up like I just did there. See, it's not so bad when you got it, when you just put it on and there's nothing around it, because like the more predominant colour will go up to it nicely and it will just look normal. And that there. Perfect. Well, we got some legs on the unicorn. Who knew that could be a thing?